Hey, how's it going? This is Jamie White with Global Diversity News. As always, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check us out on Twitter at GDN Network, and also take a look at our website at globaldiversitynews.com. So, we got another podcast coming to you this week. For this one, we're going to start off and talk about the recent news that Marvel has a new Iron Man. And her name is Riri Williams, a 15-year-old black student at MIT. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, I want to introduce my guests. First off, he was on here last week, Ray Hayes from Chicago. Go ahead, say hey.
Hey, everybody.
And don't be too quiet. And the next one up is Tiara from, you're not, are you still, so you're not in Peoria anymore?
So, well, I am currently, but I'm moving like 15 minutes away.
There we go. From Illinois. So we got the Illinois crew.
Midwest. Got you too.
So okay. So all right, let's get into it. And I'll start it off. Go ahead, preside over the conversation, and then we'll go from there. So this is really big news. If you're not aware, Marvel is doing a huge push trying to diversify their current lineup. So my first question to you guys is, have you guys seen Civil War?
Yeah.
No.
The movie Marvel Civil War.
When did that come out?
A couple of months ago.
Still no.
Still no? That's fine. But you're aware of it, right?
Give me a rundown, because there have been a couple.
It's like Captain America. It's Captain America. It's him versus Iron Man.
Okay, I saw previews for that.
You're aware of it. Good. So in the Marvel universe today for comic books, there's actually a second Civil War going on. So just to kind of update you on that, and in that piece, what's happening right now is Tony Stark is going through a lot of financial troubles. He's just found out who his birth parents are, and a couple of other things. So he's under a lot of stress. So he's thinking about, I guess, not being Iron Man anymore. And this is where Riri Williams is coming in. Again, 15-year-old black female student at MIT. She's a genius. She's actually smarter than Tony Stark was at that age. How she came on Tony Stark's radar is that she she reverse engineers one of his old Iron Man suits, and basically takes it out for a test drive. So getting a lot of positive, I guess, reactions to it. Actually, Robert Downey Jr. just came out and said that he supports the whole Riri Williams as Iron Man. So my first question to you guys, just wanted to give that rundown real quick. But my first question to you guys is, how do you feel about this whole Marvel's new diversity push? Because I've gotten two different ideologies from this. The first one is, of course, this is really good. It's always nice to see, a female Thor or a black Spider-Man, or now a female black Iron Man. The other side of the coin is people are getting frustrated because they're saying, instead of making a black female Iron Man, why don't you just make her an entirely new superhero and push that? So we'll start off with you, Tiara, because you're the new guest.
Okay. So I saw that on Facebook a couple days ago about Riri Williams, and that's actually the only one that I've heard about as far as Marvel doing the diversity push before today. And I remember thinking that was really cool, actually. So I thought it was really cool. I would go see it. Also, I got some new information that she is an engineer. I am a black female engineer, so I'm an even more big fan of her. She was doing some reverse engineering. I'm doing some reverse engineering. Like, I'm pro Riri. I would definitely go see her. I think she relates to me, and I don't think this is a market that Marvel's really tapped. So they might be making some good money off her. I don't know how many women are like me out there that would like to see something like that, but I definitely am more interested in them now, seeing that they've done that, and I think that's a really cool story, and I'm into it. So,
okay,
no, I agree. I agree with Tierra as well, Jamie. I mean, I think it's definitely cool to see that Marvel is introducing more of a diverse character into their universe. However, there was an article recently that came out by a guy by the name of Charlie Nash. He wrote about the fact that this can turn away a lot of their original readers, and I think that's very true. It could be beneficial as far as it bringing about more diversity into the Marvel universe, and also DC. I don't know if DC's doing anything, but I'm possibly sure that DC is going to start tapping into that as well to bring about a different crowd to it. However, you can turn away some of your original readers, which is, a good and bad thing, because a lot of probably the original readers are probably in their 50s and 40s and so nowadays, correct? Let's say that. But at the same time, I think it's beneficial for Marvel being the fact, because now you bring in a whole different base of readers into your comics now. You have 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds that see people of their race in your comics. So it's like, Mom, I want that magazine. I want that Marvel comic book because Riri's in it. And that's a cool name to have for somebody. You got Riri. Honestly, that brings in a whole new base of readers. And I think it's beneficial for Marvel. And Marvel's, it's not just thinking about, I'm hurting my product because I'm changing the different characters. No, I'm building upon my product because, as we know, the world is changing. I mean, Hispanics will eventually come into, they're saying be the majority in the United States. So you have to tap into that. You have to tap into that base. If you don't, you will fall behind.
You're missing out on a ton of consumers. And I do agree. That was my first thought was, well, I mean, I know comic book readers and they all have a very similar demographic. So they could be missing or losing some of their readers, but where would their readers go? Would they go to another Marvel, which would be okay, or would they go elsewhere, or would they just stop reading comic books? I don't know. Where would they go? Have they done that research? So as long as they know where they would go and can capture, there are other people with this other comic, then they should be okay. They should be doing really well as far as keeping their consumers and bringing in some new ones.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Where would they go?
Oh, so
what do you mean?
Their original demographic consumer.
Oh, would they stop reading, basically?
When they stop reading Iron Man because they no longer find it relatable, are they going to go read something from
DC?
DC?
Like Ray just said.
Or elsewhere? Do they have a plan?
That's actually a good question.
That's the thing. I don't think they can go. That's a good point, Tier. I don't think they can go anywhere.
Right.
If you heartfelt, like I'm a diehard Marvel fan. I'm gonna stay reading Marvel comics, even though I may be mad. But I'm a diehard fan. I'm not gonna go start looking at DC comics now. I'm gonna continue reading Marvel comics, but I'll have a little hatred toward Marvel because they changed the reader. They changed what I liked. However, I'm gonna still read it because they'll still have those characters that I love. I love to hear about and I love to see.
And is Tony Stark going to make some appearances? Is he going to be like her
mentor or whatnot? Yeah,
mentor, right.
That's supposed to be the plan. He's going to pass the mantle out. Now, the one thing that I do want to kind of focus in on here is that specific argument, because I think we're all on the same page. This is good, right? Always having more diversity in the lineup is good, especially for future readers. Like you said, Tiara, now I'm 100% sure there's going to be more Black females interested in being engineers because, hey, you could be a superhero.
Right. You can make things fly. You can make shine. You can save the world.
Yeah, exactly. Especially nowadays with like tech being cool. But should she have been Iron Man or should she have been a completely new superhero?
Right.
I don't think you should. I don't think you need a new superhero. I think you do need a change with the same character. And you can flip it up and add someone new into it. Then they did the same with Captain America when Captain America got hurt. I think he was hurt, and Falcon became Captain America for a point in time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you still have Tony Stark's. I'm sure he's still going to be in some comics or some series, but now you just have someone else with that Iron Man name. You continue it on the namesake.
Right.
It's hard. I mean, I'm sure it's much more harder, or it takes a lot more time to build a whole new character. Now I have to start off with a whole new base of people to get interested in this character. But if I continue on with the namesake and I just add somebody new into it, we still have that same Iron Man like character who's powerful, who's intelligent, and all that.
Yeah, let me
actually just have somebody else in the suit.
Yeah, let me piggyback off that, because one of the things that you see with I guess minorities in general is that, especially with the Spider-Man incident, I don't want to say incident, but situation. Do you guys know who Childish Gambino, Donald Glover is? Yeah. So you guys are aware that he was the reason why they made Spider-Man half black, half Hispanic?
I like him more now, but no, I didn't know that.
Yep. So basically, he had a Twitter post with him in a Spider-Man costume, and he was like, "Wouldn't it be cool if I was in Spider-Man?" And the writers at Marvel actually saw him in that costume. Look at the character, Miles Morales or whatever. That's why he looks so much like Donald Glover, because actually Donald Glover is supposed to be in the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Funny enough, yep. But yeah. So that's actually. When they saw him in that costume, they were like, you know what, that would be cool. And just to kind of push forward with that, like, I think we've all had those moments where it's like, I wish I was, Superman or Batman or Iron Man or Wonder Woman or what, yeah, exactly, or what have you. So this is actually a really great way for minorities to now say, oh, I can be Iron Man, like, I can be Superman or whatever, and I can be that type of hero. And then it's always great to have your own types of superheroes, such as like a Storm from X-Men or Black Panther, who, by the way, Black Panther looked amazing in that Marvel movie, Civil War. Like, Black Panther was like just owning everything. But anyway, yeah, he was bad. But anyway, yeah. So now, minorities and female and women can now say, I can be Thor, and I think that's really important.
But something you said earlier, and Tierra, you said it as well too. Y'all mentioned the fact that, okay, we have Riri as a new Iron Man, correct? And she's an engineer. And you said something based on the fact that this can bring in young girls to maybe want to be engineers.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with that totally, because you're bringing in it's cool.
Right.
Something really cool. Like I can build my own Iron Man suit, or I could do something totally different, but it's really awesome and cool. So I agree. Right. I just wanted to make that point, but I think that's definitely
that will be in effect.
Big basing.
It will be in effect, absolutely.
Okay.
And the steam audience. As far as like having more Black women, but African Americans in general, and Hispanics and Asians going into the sciences is beneficial for us all. So it's a big deal for Marvel to tap into that field. You have, I got a new character that's diverse, but I'm also introducing the idea of science and having young Black girls loving science, because Riri represents the field of science. So I think the science field can use that as well too. They can put that on their publications. Yeah. The new Iron Man, Riri. Yeah. Like she,
right. And then they want to be like this Riri.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually,
you don't want to work.
It's funny because just to add to that, her superpower is that she's smart.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, think about that. Her superpower is that she's smart.
That's amazing. I think that's great. And that's very uplifting for our demographic to see that.
Exactly.
And as far as new character versus Iron Man, I think I'm so caught up in the story already. I'm just loving. I love how they created her. They can go make another one, sure, but I think using the clout of Iron Man and this amazing story with this brilliant girl taking over, I'm already in. I when I saw it, on my Facebook feed,
you were already sold.
Right, I was sold, and then you told me she was an engineer, and then I was like, okay,
now you really
take my money, take my money, Marvel. and I do a lot for like 4G STEM camps for girls. I'll be putting that out there.
That's dope.
So,
okay.
I'm doing one on Tuesday. So
on Tuesday, so there it is.
Yeah. So
that's perfect. So I think that's actually.
I don't know how you would implement a new character and how well that would go, but I think this character is going to go very well. As far as for the social movement, I don't know, but as far as money, I think Marvel made the right choice.
Okay, well, I think that's a great point to end this podcast on when it comes to Marvel's new Iron Man, which is Riri Williams. So we love it. Looks like it's going to make a lot of money, and it'll definitely push a lot more Black females into engineering.